Okay, we jump into the car and go do a lap of the Nürburgring in the McLaren F1 GTR. I'm going to sit back, need to centre the camera with my face really far back because unfortunately my body's in the way otherwise. There we go. And well, yeah, look at the cockpit. Looks absolutely amazing. All the details, all the Kunos cars look absolutely fantastic in terms of the textures, the details, the dials, the buttons. There's a seat to my right and a seat to my left. Perfect family car. Room for your shopping. Look, you could put a cup of tea on the shelf behind you. What more could you need from a vehicle? He's moving a little bit, but he's not letting me go, but I'm just going to ignore him. Everyone else still suffering from the pufferfish sandwich poisoning. We'll just leave them there. And we'll get on the track and talk about how this vehicle handles. Let me just double check. Volume levels and recording. Yes, that's all okay. Ambulance ready to pick up my corpse after I drive into a wall. And let's get onto the track and go. Now this car is sequential, but I'm using the G25 shifter in H-pattern mode because the sequential mode on the G25 feels garbage and I don't have the Thrustmaster or the Fanatec shifter, which would probably make it feel nice. So we're just going to keep with H-pattern for now as we go like a rocket. Whoa! Actually, it feels like traction control's on, so try to turn that off. Assume that that is off. No interface, of course, because this is still developer kit. Beta support of head-mounted displays. Or onto the power. Now the car seems really nice and stable, but as you see there, if you go a little bit too eager on your braking, you will just slide off and understeer off. So really do have to keep it in the under and on the limit in a quite a narrow zone, it would appear, which normally makes the car really satisfying to drive because you're constantly on your toes trying to just keep it balanced there. Whoa! As the back goes sliding out. This car seems to have a really interesting and tricky mid and exit corner understeer characteristic. As you're going into a corner, going through a corner, it can just lose traction and you start sliding out. It's not so aggressive that you're always going to end up off the track in a wall, but you can just feel it happening, and when it does, you've got to react to it. Just hope that you didn't go into the corner too fast. Into 6th gear over this hill. Oh god! Brake a little bit because I'm feeling a bit edgy. You can obviously do this a lot faster, but because I'm not that familiar with the layout, I'm miles off the pace. Let's go into 3rd gear. This forest on the right looks absolutely fantastic with the trees that have for some reason, the leaves have all been removed from the lower branches. Maybe someone launched their car into it, caught on fire. Whoa! There we go, the understeer mid-corner. Really have to be careful about that. What I want to do is try and put a bit more throttle coming out of the corners. Absolutely amazing. Just you can counter steer, put the throttle on, and the car wiggles about a bit, and you get the power on earlier than you really should. It just feels amazing. And absolutely fantastic fun if you get away with it without crashing. As the sun is catching the windscreen in front of me, I can just see the scratches on the window. It's gone now. The sun's hid behind the trees, but that was really nice. The sun coming through there we go, back onto the screen, and it just picks up the dirt on the screen, which just makes you feel like you're actually in a vehicle. As the shadows as well in the cockpit are just creeping around. Got the trees. Oh shit! You've got the trees. That probably would have killed me. You've got the tree shadows on the track that dart through the cockpit like lasers being fired at you. But then you've got the general sort of shadows of the cockpit that are always there, just moving around and shifting around as you drive through and rotate around the environment. It's just really nice. There you just see it, just going over the buttons. Absolutely fantastic. Of course, when driving at 100 plus miles an hour through one of the most dangerous tracks ever made by man, it's probably not advisable to be admiring the cockpit shadows. Attention should probably be on the road in front of you. Fortunately, it doesn't really matter if you crash in a game. But that's why they would never let me drive this car in real life, because I'd be dead before doing the first 3 corners. Around this corner, the car doesn't seem to have that much high-speed downforce. I mean, it is stuck to the road, but it feels mostly like it's coming from the tyres. Oops. Let's just skip a bunch of gears. Why not? The car is stuck to the road quite a bit, but at the same time, it's not glued to the road like, you know, like a Formula car or like some of the other GT cars that seem to have a lot more downforce. Whoa! But as a result, you can play with this vehicle so much more, which I think just makes it more of a sort of driver's car, more fun to just mess around in. I'm not sure what this would be like to race with people, because people are going to be flopping around all over the place unless they're really attuned to it. But I have to say, I think this is slowly becoming one of my more favourite cars in the simulator. Oh, so good powering out of the corner, the back just sliding a little bit of counter steer, and vaguely in control of the vehicle. It's these downhill corners that are so tricky though, because you get locked into that understeer. If you're not careful, if you go over the limit and you get into that state of mid-corner understeer, you really just see the wall coming closer and closer until you inevitably end up in it. There's another ambulance. Nice of them to put them all over the track for me. Unfortunately, they are cardboard ambulances and just an illusion. Ooh. Get around here. More trees with lower branches missing. I'm pretty sure people must have just flown off the track into them, burst into flames, and as a result, that's why the trees have no branches low down. Oh dear. All over the place. Now, sometimes the track, you notice a bit of pop-up and sometimes the track doesn't load. I did double check on playing this on the monitor, and it does seem that's just an issue with the DK2 at this point in time, so I think it just needs to be, the track just needs to be better optimised for when playing with the DK2. Oh, fantastic there. The uphill corners though, really satisfying when you go on the brakes, because obviously you're going uphill, the car slows down a lot easier, so you can sort of brake later, and in the back of your mind you're thinking, oh, I'm not going to make that corner, I'm not going to make it, but with earth and gravity on your side, you actually can make it. And those types of corners I think are really sort of lacking on other tracks, because obviously they're not as long as this, and they don't have as many hills as this, or continuous uphill sections like this. I guess you've got Bathurst and some other insane tracks, but in general, those types of corners are pretty unique to this environment. But that was a lap. I think I only crashed once or twice. Oh shit! Okay, that would have cut the vehicle in half. But fortunately, I'm driving the carbon nanotube version of the vehicle, and it's, you know, it's a good innovation because we're still in one piece. But that was a lap of the track. Absolutely fantastic vehicle. I'm borderline on saying this is probably one of my favourite vehicles in Assetto Corsa now, and just a fantastic experience. It's gonna be really good to learn the track some more. Just gonna need to put in loads and loads of laps. Some of the corners still completely catch me off guard, but the McLarenF1 GTR in Assetto Corsa at the Nürburgring, absolutely fantastic. If you haven't tried it out yet, then, well, you need to get on it and try it. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to click the giant subscribe button, like our Facebook page, which is in the video description, do a little dance, have a cup of tea, and then realise that you're sad for liking driving simulators. Goodbye.